Dear viewers, thanks for watching Web Techies and thanks for subscribing Web Techies. If not subscribed, please subscribe and press the bell icon. In this video, we are going to see how to create a clone of Gmail using Angular. Set up a new application in Angular. First, we have to install Angular by giving the command npm install space -g at angular /CLI. That is the first step. Then the second step is, once we have created the Angular, we can check the Angular version by using ng-v. And second, we have to do the ng new, then the app name. So here I am going to give as Gmail-clone. So we are going to do the Gmail clone with the help of Angular. Once we have set up is ready, we have to run the application. So to run the application, we have to give the command ng space serve and space -open. So this -open will open in a new window, new targeted window. Once the setup is ready, the next part we have to do is install the Angular material. So I have already done here. You can see we have to give ng space add at Angular material. So if you give like this, it will ask initially, would you like to go with this particular version? You can press yes, and the next it will ask whether you want to go with indigo pink. It has a set of themes is there. So these are the one of the theme, indigo pink. So after that it will ask whether you want the Angular material typography. I put yes, and finally that's the browser animation. I put yes. Once that is done, so it will take few minutes to set up. Once that is done, it will be installed. Angular material will be installed. Once Angular material installed, we have to start importing the relevant material. So I have included here math toolbar module, math icon, math side nav module, math list module, and math button module. So whenever I imported here, so we have to import here also. So if you see, I have put the math toolbar, side nav, list module, button module, and icon module. After importing the relevant material files, now we have to set up the Gmail top portion. So for that, I have been using Bootstrap. So in the HTML page, here I have created a math toolbar. Inside the math toolbar, I have the relevant Bootstrap tags like container, fluid, row, column. So I have three different columns I have. So first column where I have the menu part and the title part. And this second column, we are going to have the search box. And the third column will be having the settings and the help icon, like how it will look like the Gmail. Here if you see, it's exactly the very similar like how the Gmail top portion will be. We have the hamburger menu icon, we have the title, and here we have the helper icon and the settings icon. So here is how that after adding the search text box, it will look like this. As you can see, there is a Gmail clone, hamburger menu, support icon, and the settings icon. So this is the top section part for Gmail. Adding the top bar. Now we are going to add the side navigation. So for side navigation, what I did is I created a separate component called side nav. So inside side nav, we used to have CSS, HTML, spec file, and CSS. So by default, whenever you are creating the component, so these are the files which will be available. Like to create a component, we have to put ng, g, g for generate, c is for component, and the component name. So signav is my component, so which I given here. So it I already have, so I'm not going to give now. So if you see here, I have been using the same pattern. How the inbox like Gmail site navigation will look like. If you see, like I put inbox, stars, news, everything as it is like I have been given here. Once this has been done, we have to add this site nav to the relevant uh, HTML file, means like the parent file. So here if you see I have put the app-site nav. So this app-site nav is nothing but our component selector name. This selector name only we have to give here in this HTML. After adding the sign up, so our menu will look like this, exactly like the Gmail site navigation. You can see the inbox, start, smooth. So everything I added the font awesome icons. So we almost 90 to 95% it will be similar like Gmail. Till now we have achieved the top section and the signer section. So the next what we are going to see the main body content. How it will look like a Gmail. After adding the left side navigation, now we are adding the main tab. So if you see here, I am using the default bootstrap card, HTML bootstrap and HTML5 card header, and this is a card body. If you see inside the header, I have the tab menu. So we used to have the primary, social. So those are all I have been given as a tab name. And when you see the card body, here you have the tab panels. So after adding the tabs, so we have to add the table, like how it look like in the YouTube. We have the emails, right? So here I just in the UI perspective, I just added the table. Inside table, I have the checkbox and the star icon and the title and the description of the email and the time. So exactly how the Gmail content shows for the primary tab I have been given here. If you see here, I have a separate tabs content. For example, primary for social. If you see there's a social here, if you click this icon, it will come here. If you click this promotions, it will come to this tab. If you click this updates, it will come to this update tab. So this is how the look and feel of Gmail clone. It is almost 70 to 80 percentage of look and feel of Gmail. So see, we have the table here, we have the star icon, we have the checkbox, we have the tabs in the top. So you can click the tabs, it will go. Now we are going to add a checkbox to select all the emails, right? So for that we need a select box problem. First I'll add the checkbox over there. So see, I saved it here. If you see it in the Chrome, where you can able to see the checkbox. So we will do the few alignments. So we can check in the inspect element itself, and we can put that exact. After checking here, we can put the exact code there in our Visual Studio Code. So if it is margin 6 pixels, it's coming exactly to the inline of the other checkboxes. So right now I'm going to have the CSS. I'm going to add a class called inline checkbox. So here I'm adding the class name and I'm pasting the class name here. So if I saved it, you can able to see in the output here. So now we have to add the other icon, that is a refresh icon. So for that I'm using a font awesome icon. So here I'm going to search it in font awesome where I already searched here. You can see the rotate icon. So this is the one which I'm going to use it for the refresh icon. So I'm copying the code snippet and I'm pasting next to the checkbox. Okay, so now we got to do the few alignments. So let it be as 10 pixels. So here I'm going to have the class name called refresh alignment. Margin left 10 pixels. So I'm going to apply the class here. So it is got applied. So we have to still more do few alignment, that is like we have to move this bit top because it's now it's looking some odd. It's not that correct actually. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to give a div. Inside the div, these icons and input will be available. So here I'm going to have a class alignments. So this alignment here, margin top 5 pixels. We'll save it here and we'll see. Nope, still no. Okay, so I have to give the bottom, so it will increase slightly. After adding the alignment icon, now we are going to add. Now we can see how it looks like. So we are going to have some more space here. Earlier it was not there. Now I was adding the margin right 14 pixels, so you can see the gap between this. Okay. Now we are going to add one more icon. There's a three dot icon will be there. So for that, I'm again going to the font awesome. I have this is the one which I'm going to use it. In main tab, I'm adding this icon. Saved it. Okay, so again we can do the same alignment. I think we already have this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have the right alignment, margin, right, 10 pixels. Let me copy this and I'm going to put it here. Okay, so still not applied. Why it is not applied? Sorry, my bad. I have to put left. I just put the right. So here I'm going to make it in line with the below title here. So it is 24 pixels. So let me have this margin left 24 pixels. So here is a final output, final first output of the Gmail clone. So where you have the entire look and feel almost the same as the Gmail. So where you have the menu, you have the right side menu, you have the top section, you have the tabs. If you see the code here for the top section of this, we have this. I created the row. Inside row, I have the two columns like column 10 and column 2. Column 10 is nothing but the first three icons. If you see these three icons, so I have been fitted here. Now in the column 2, means that is a second portion of this, I have been took the pagination part. So for that we got to do a small tweakings here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a paragraph tag. So let me save this. So this paragraph tag I can going to have the style. Color will be black. By default it's black only, but still I'm just giving the black. So here I'm going to the class name. Just going to apply that class into the paragraph tag. You can see that's been applied. So after that, I'm going to add the left and right icons. So again, I'm going for font awesome. So I'll take a nice arrow. Yeah, I think this angle left will be looking good. So I'm going to take this. Let me put this here. And I need a right arrow. So again, you have to see angle right. So I have put both icons here. Let's see how it will look like. Okay, so we have to do again some alignments. So before doing the alignments, what we can do is I'm going to reduce this to 8. I'm going to have one more column. I hope this should come in the inline. Yes, okay. So what we can do is, let me add a 3 here, and I am giving 1 here. Okay. 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 So if you see here, it's already told like I was been adding the pagination for here the top. So I give the 9 for the first set of icon, and for pagination I give the column 2, and here I give the column 1. And in between I've added a space, so it looks like the exact look and feel of Gmail for the top section. You will see here, you can able to see that pagination records is showing, and as well as the arrows. So where you can have the cursor look and feel for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one more class cursor point. So cursor it will be pointer. So I'm just going to add this class. So where you can see the hand symbol. So that's what the pointer will do here. And I think by default what will happen is like the right arrow will be only enabled because when you are the beginning of the record. So we have to do the disabled effort here. So for that I'm going to add the color. So you can see the effect. It looks like disabled. So here I'm going to add the class name or disable arrow. Light gray. Copying this, pasting it here. And I am doing one more thing. Making as cursor. So it should not display the anchor means that pointer icon there. So it's not showing any point icon, and there's no icon itself. When you come to here, you can see the icon. Now we are going to add the compose button. So compose button we add in the top of the left side navigation. For that I'm using a div. Inside div I'm creating a button. So this button I'm going to have the name called compose, and I'm just going to do some alignments here. So I'm going to create few more divs. I'm going to set a margin top as 15 pixels and margin bottom as 15 pixels. So now let us see how this button will look like now. So here you can see that the gap is there for 15 pixels that we added, margin top and margin bottom. Let me reduce and make it as in line with the tabs. So I need to give 2 pixels here, and here also let me give 2 pixels. I think this will be good. So we have to make sure it should be in center. So what I'm going to do is let me try to add this margin 0 pixels. Okay, it came as center. So if you want to make it a center, so we can give like margin 0 pixels auto. So this I'm going to give in the div. So let me go to the CSS, and here I'm going to add class name called alignments. Where I'm going to give a margin 0 pixels auto, or we can do is like element button, because we are giving so many elements, so we want to make sure exact word. So element compose button, compose btn. So let me make sure the BSS should be kept. So actually we have to follow this rule and change the previous class names also. So here I'm giving the class equal to alignment compose button. So now I'm saving all. Let us check. Okay, it came in center. So now we have to do few tweakings for the compose button. So here this button, let me try to add border radius, because if you see the Gmail compose button, it will be like look like a rounded corner. Let me give a width for this, height also. Okay, so now try to reduce some more. Okay, we can have it 25 and 150 on 3. So what I'm going to do is here in the button I'm going to give the class name as comp, which I already created in the CSS class name. Let me save this. Okay, so that actually in the compose button we have to remove the border. The border is not there in the our Gmail. So I made it as 0 pixels. Okay, so after adding the border 0, if you can see that border is not there, now we have to give the shadow. There you can see this one, right? So this shadow we have to apply. So I have tested it here, box shadow there. So I'm going to copy the same parameters of box shadow. So this is a box arrow parameters. It's going to give the compose button. Sorry, compose button. So yep, you can see. Actually, when I checked in the Gmail, I think it's not in the center. We'll slightly move towards left. So we will see that. Yeah. Instead of margin 10 pixels, let me try to give this margin left 15 pixels. Yeah, I think this will be good because it has to match. That's almost in line with the icons. So margin left 17 pixels. So I saved it here. Yep. So we have this. But still, the color we have to change it. It has to be like white in color actually. Yep. I think this is perfect almost. Okay. So now let me copy this. Yeah. We got a compose button now. So actually, I have to add an icon, a plus icon here. Okay, so let me go to font awesome. So this is what I'm going to use. I copied here. So here in front, let me put, okay, so not in front of the text. Let me put this. Okay, good. So we got a plus icon here. So let me increase the size of the font also. Font awesome icon. Font size. Yep, I hope this will be perfect. Okay. So here, let me give the class name as the compose icon, comp underscore icon. So we have to add the font size. Let me give 22 pixels. Let me add this after the far plus. Let me save all. Okay, cool, we got it. So now I'm going to align the search text field from the top section because it's not looking exactly like a Gmail. So I'm going to do the few tweakings here. So let me do the inspect. First, I have to reduce the width and I have to do the alignment in line with the checkbox. So for that, here, let me add margin left. No, sorry, I think the such. Okay, so now it's moving. Okay, so I'm going to give this margin left as 30 pixels and I'm going to give the width as 50 pixels. So it will look like how it is showing in the Gmail search criteria. So let me copy this. So here I'm going to add one more class. So let me add this here. Let me save all. We'll see how it is look like. Okay. Yeah, again I'm doing the wrong thing. So we should not put here. We have to put here in the search class because that's for the entire div. Yeah. And now I'm going to add a rounded corner to this text box. So already I have the border, so which I'm going to remove that because we need a rounded corner there. Border radius. Let me have it as 10 pixels. I'm going to copy this again. Okay. I have to put it in the search class. So here, yeah. Let me see why that's not coming. Okay. This time I have to put it in the search field instead of this div because this is for the text field, not for the div. Okay. Now just so let me create one more class. So here is our final output of Gmail clone first part. So in the second part, what we are going to see is the functionalities of these items. Thanks for watching WebTechis. Please subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you.